Go, man.
All right, time for our last question.
I'm
This is
ready.
from our friends over at Reign of Troy.
Okay.
This is from Alicia at Reign of Troy.
Hi, Alicia. Raina
And
Troy.
she asked us, what is your favorite? How did he do that play in football history? Or for your team's football history.
For my
I'm not
team.
talking
Yeah.
about the best play ever or a play that won a championship, but one that had your jaw on the floor, asking yourself, how on earth did he or she do that?
Okay.
And a follow up question:
Oh.
McDonald's French fries, best fries on the market or worst?
That's good.
I can't. You can't. When you ask for help, you gotta take what you get.
You got to know.
I'll go first because we just went over Notre Dame's entire all-time roster.
That's right.
So, like I said, I was doing my homework for this. I wanted to make sure I had the most informed answers I could give everybody. And when I was watching a bunch of Reggie Bush highlights, and the answer is not going to be a Reggie Bush highlight because
Okay.
he was just too fast. Like no one touched him on all his great plays. He had great vision. He'd do a little juke move and just run. No one would touch him. It was incredible, but it didn't. Just watching someone run fast by people
Yeah.
doesn't quite put your jaw on the floor, right? So I
Yeah.
thought to myself, maybe there's a Lendell White touchdown where he bounces off 8 people and scores a touchdown. Didn't happen. All his highlights were him running for 8 yards every time, or getting the first down or the touchdown. Those were all Lendell White highlights. Like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, Keyshawn, that was back before people were fast. So his highlights are just him muscling around people, making good catches, whatever. Some of the newer guys, Marquise Lee, Robert Woods, nothing really came to mind right away when I had it. One that shot to my mind was the Adoree Jackson one-handed sideline interception, but I thought that might be some recency bias, so
Okay.
it wasn't it. But the one play when I read this question for the first time that jumped into my head immediately for best player, I was like, oh, I can't believe he did that, was the Mike Williams one-handed Oregon State touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, actually, so it just popped right in my head. It's a USC staple. He's getting pass interfered with. I feel like it was a time before, one-handed catches were as common as they are now. Like, you see Odell Beckham the other day, make a one-handed catch over a DB.
Right.
He has the great falling back one-handed catch. They're a lot more common. Back then, I don't think they were around as often. And when I went to find a highlight of the play, there isn't one on YouTube.
What?
The only one I could find was part of a USC receiver U compilation, and it was real quick. I looked, I Googled it, nothing. It's one of the best catches in USC history, and it's not on the internet. It blows my mind. Now, hopefully, someone is listening and will go find it and prove me wrong. But Mike Williams, USC, Oregon State catch, one-handed, whatever, nothing. You get a lot of Mike Williams, Clemson stuff. You get a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
Mike Williams redemption story, Mike Williams, draft bust. But the catch, couldn't find it. So in my head, that makes it even more amazing since I don't really have, video proof that I could readily go back to. It's just what I remember from watching the games.
What year was that?
03?
I
I think
feel
it was
like, I mean, I take it I'm gonna make this my personal responsibility to find it.
okay.
I'll give it a shot.
I think it was 03. But yeah,
Okay.
don't do it now.
I'm not gonna do it right now. It'll
And McDonald's, not the best fast food fries, especially now that they don't fry in beef fat. I think it's Burger King.
Oh, good
I
call.
know. It's definitely not In-N-Out, that's for sure.
Yeah. Um. Okay.
So best
Um.
play.
Best play. So it's hard. My first thought was it's such an obscure game, but the first thing that popped into my head was In 2007, Notre Dame, it was like the worst team ever. And they were playing Stanford. And this was Jim Harbaugh's first season. This was the Stanford team that beat USC in that game. They were 40-point underdogs and they beat them. And it was just like an awful game. Like Notre Dame was 2-9 going into it. I think Stanford had won 1 or 2 games. Anyway, so Jimmy Clausen throws this pass to David Grimes, and it like when he throws it, it's like, it's too far. And I think even the guy calling the game said it's like, it's too far. And then David Grimes just lays out, and he catches it, and he hangs on. He hits the ground, and then he just puts the ball up, and they call it a touchdown. It actually got reversed on replay without a picture that shows the ball hitting the ground. So, I mean, like it's actually on YouTube. Like the play is highlighted. There's like a 3-minute video on like this catch and how like the announcers are like, I don't understand. Like there's no picture of the ball on the ground. Like how do you overturn it? But the fact that like it was, I don't want to say it was a fluky catch. So like I just didn't, I don't know. To me, that's not the one. It was like a jaw dropper. You know what I'm saying? I will say just the fact that you say jaw dropping, like Will Fuller to me he was the most jaw dropping, at least player. Like I remember the opening game in 2014 against Rice, and he just ran this post, and he outran this safety by like 15 yards. Like I mean, it was like unbelievable. And even now, like I'm amazed at how fast he was. And it's like this guy played for our team, and you know all we got out of him was like a Fiesta Bowl appearance. I just wanted to mention that.
That's fine.
That is fine. Thank you, Michael. So there's one play, my friend, that happened in a game in 1995 against the University of Southern California Trojans, where DeLon Washington gets the ball inside the 5-yard line. And Kennon Tatum, at the snap, blitzes the center, jumps over the fullback, is in full flight, hits DeLon Washington. DeLon Washington fumbles the ball up into the air. It's recovered by Notre Dame. And I think that type of play, there's a good chance that it's targeting and he's ejected in today's football. But at the time, the way he just flew through the air. I mean, he just basically it was like a Superman play.
I think you could still hit running backs. No one cares about running backs.
It's hard to know, right? Like
right.
I'm not really sure. Like I think it's probably okay. Like it's kind of like that play with Clowney.
Oh yeah,
against the Michigan guy, and the Michigan guy's helmet actually came off, and nothing happened to him. So maybe it would have been fine, but like that play was just like, oh my God, like I can't believe a Notre Dame player was involved in that. Like just like in a big game that everyone's watching, like this dude literally just flew over somebody. And I mean, it's the type of play that's like it's number one in the Sports Center top 10. So that's my answer. Kennon Tatum.
Okay. I don't want to besmirch DeLon Washington's good name. I believe he was the tailback when USC broke the losing streak against Notre Dame.
He was.
And had a great game.
He was.
I just wanted to throw that in there.
Rodney Sermons, too.
In case anyone couldn't remember a time when USC regularly lost to Notre Dame.
13 years, man.
It was bad times. Bad times. All right. Well, I think that was fun. Thank you, everyone, for participating in the mailbag questions.
Yeah, I like that.
When you hear us next, it'll be season preview for 2017.
I'm fired up.
I'm fired up too. On that note, Greg, fight on.
Go Irish.
All right.
All right, man.
All right. So we'll meet again on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. Ready to go.
All right.
We can probably do this. What are you doing Sunday?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to see if we can do it during the day.
Like in the morning? We can do it in the morning.
It'd have to be pretty early.
Well, really, we could do it any day, actually, going forward. It doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like there's a game coming up.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I mean just during the day, because at night it's kind of hard.
Right, it gets a little late.
Yeah.
The season preview is always the marathon slug.
Right. So, okay.
Yeah, we can do it in a day. I'll run my schedule by Tracy. I don't think we're doing anything, but you never know.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll be in touch.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Later.
Like.